to appoint someone to fill the seat of George Komelasky. Can't say anybody can fill his shoes, but we will be filling his seat this evening. We took this responsibility, all of us, very seriously because it's a special circumstance. The four of us sitting up here were elected by the residents of this township. And obviously we take great pride in that, and it's a huge responsibility. It's a covenant essentially between the Board of Supervisors and the residents of Northampton Township. This circumstance is a little bit different. Here we're appointing someone who is not elected by the public. And it's just the way the second-class township code works. So we are viewing this certainly as one of the most serious responsibilities that we have as township supervisors. This is just a further extension of the covenant that the residents in this board has. We have now the responsibility of choosing someone to represent Northampton Township. And I can tell you we had 6 outstanding interviews last evening. The way this process worked was we advertised for anyone who had interest to fill this seat. It was advertised that there would be interviews, and people then came forward, submitted resumes, and we set up interviews last evening where we got to ask questions, same questions to all the candidates to make things fair. And I think all of us were very impressed. Each and every one of the interviewees showed that they care about this township, and they showed a knowledge of the workings of the manager, supervisor type form of government. And I think everybody showed a knowledge of what's happening in Northampton Township and showed a keen interest, I think, in moving Northampton forward as this board, I think, has been going. Dr. Rose asked a question last night about crossing the aisle and making sure that the individual coming on this board would have a willingness to work with everybody. I think that was an important question because I think this board really has worked well together. I think we have not cared whether there's a D or R in the back of anybody's name. We've just tried to better the township, and that's what we will count on the person we appoint to continue this tradition that we have up here. So before we get to that, before we have any motions to appoint somebody to fill the seat, and just for everybody's knowledge, the way this works is that the person who is appointed will fill the seat until December 31, 2017. At that point, if they decide to continue or attempt to continue on the board, they would have to run for election at that time. So technically, they'd have to run next year. They'll have to run in the primary and the general next year. So before we have the motion to appoint, this is a public meeting, and therefore we have public comment. So, please, if anybody's signed up. Thank you. Okay, so the only person who's on the list, Rockney Anderson.
Yeah.
If you just come forward, state your name, address for the record.
Yes, my name is Rockney Anderson. I live on Temperance Lane. And I wasn't aware of how this works tonight, but I wanted to bring forward a name which I think all of you know, and would be, God forbid we ever have another situation like this, but keep him in mind, and I think he'd be a good person to really pursue, although he may be more interested in a different level of politics. The name is Dave Breidinger. I believe you all know him, and I'll give you 8 reasons why I would bring forth his name. The first one, he's a local resident. He's been here for 30 to 35 years. The second, he is just retired from a very good position in Comcast, and in fact, they like him so much he's being a consultant now to them. And so he's very well respected. He's very politically knowledgeable. That was part of his position in Comcast. And like I say, he may be someday seeking a high office, but I think the township would really benefit from having him here. Extremely high character. I could go into that, but just wanted to know that. He gets along with everyone, but he's a very solid thinker, and he's a family man. Because taking George's place, he is a Republican. He's the chairman of the Republican Party. So I just wanted to put his name out for your benefit. And I appreciate all that you're doing. So good luck.
Thank you. Thank you, Scott. Anybody else for public comment? Okay, and we will move on to the matter at hand. Is there anyone that would like to make a motion to appoint a member to this board?
Mr. Weinstein, I would like to, and have permission.
Please.
I would like to nominate Francis O'Donnell for position of supervisor to fulfill the term of George Komelasky until December 31st, 2017.
I'll second that. Second. Any board discussion? Please.
I would like to also say that I thought last night all 6 of the candidates were excellent. And I urge all of them, please, we're gonna have a lot of openings on different boards and commissions, and we need your energy and your intelligence. I just thought that there was such a vast amount of intelligence and just really good energy. And so I ask for all of the people who didn't get nominated to please try out for one of our boards or commissions. I think you do a great job. But I have to say that I thought Mr. O'Donnell did a wonderful job in his interview.
Thank you. Thank you, Kim.
The only thing is to just say what Dr. Rose said, is that it was so refreshing to see that we had 6 people who could have taken the position. They were all ready for it. They all know about our township. And, just keep it in mind, guys. We've got elections coming up. And, when other people are starting to run and do different things, and just keep your name out there and come and do what you need to do. But it was very refreshing to see all the wonderful people that were there last night. Thank you for putting your names in.
Yeah, I just repeat the same thing. It's very refreshing to see so many people come forward, and it's a very difficult decision. I mean, any one of the 6 could have done the position. So it's a very difficult decision, and also replacing George is hard. I mean, George had a lot of knowledge of the township, and it was a very emotional decision, I think, for all of us, too. But I fully support the decision of, the recommendation and nomination of Frank.
Yeah, I think one thing that's important for everybody to know is that the questioning that took place, the interviews, there was no litmus test. There was no questions on any of the particular issues coming up for votes. Those things didn't come up. It was general philosophy questions and just knowledge on the township and why people were interested. So nobody up here said that you have to support one issue or the other. that didn't take place. We didn't think that would be proper, and we thought, we don't want someone who's already prejudged an issue before they get all the knowledge and before they join this board. So I wanted to make that clear. Any other comments? Okay, then I will call the motion. Well, before I do that, are there any other nominations? Any other names?
Yes.
Okay. Go for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Congratulations, Frank.
Thank you.
Clearly, a unified board, and I think you will do an outstanding job. Just public knowledge.
Yeah, stand up.
Frank has had a long career in municipal government.
Yeah.
Frank has a master's in public administration. He served as deputy city and also school revenue commissioner for the city of Philadelphia. Served as deputy personnel director for the city of Philadelphia, human resource manager for the health department of Philadelphia, and also served as deputy health commissioner for operations in the city of Philadelphia. In addition to municipal experience, Frank has also served quite ably on our Veterans Advisory Commission. He's also served as an alternate on the zoning hearing board. And clearly, this board thinks that Frank will serve the residents of Northampton just as ably as he has served the city of Philadelphia and has also served our community on the boards that he has been on. So we look forward to welcoming you up here. Anybody else have any comments?
Would you like to have another position now open? Is that correct? 2 positions open?
We will, yes. With Frank's appointment, that will mean there is an alternate on the zoning board available, as well as a seat on the Veterans Advisory Commission. So if anybody is interested, please put your resumes in, fill out the form. There's one on the township website. There's also, they are available out in the lobby.
We also have 2 on planning, Larry, yeah.
Yes.
And one on the water and sewer authority.
Yes. So you'll see there are a handful of openings on township boards. So again, I think this was a very solid process, and everyone really performed quite admirably.
No. I believe we may want to let the public know that I believe Supervisor ODonnell will be sworn in privately between now and the next supervisors meeting, so he'll hit the ground running for when your August meeting comes around.
We'll be sitting up here in August.